Hello, my friends. Taking you outside with me today. It's been raining. I just love it. It's so refreshing and it's finally cooled down. The weather. We've got hummingbirds hanging out with us while I make this video. So what I want to talk about today is mental health and stopping ourselves before we go into dark places. So I think we all know that depression is an issue with people with Parkinson's. And there are many reasons that we can fall into that trap. Like, I know that some things might be beyond this technique that I'm about to share, but this was something that I learned from my cognitive behavioral therapist. And it works for me, like almost 99% of the time, but there are moments when it doesn't. And it makes a huge, huge difference in my mental health, my state of mind, and I'm a true believer that in order to live the best, I want to live the best life that I can live with this terrible disease. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make that my reality. I also believe, though, that having a healthy perspective and not letting the depression, and I know how hard this is, not letting the depression just take you down, because it's bad for your brain, it's bad for your soul, it's bad for you, it's bad for the Parkinson's. But the other day I caught myself about to go into a really, really dark place, and I am proud of myself for number one, recognizing it and stopping myself and the thought patterns that were going to take me down with it. So this is very personal. I mean, this whole channel is very personal and vulnerable and all of that stuff, but I want to be honest about what I was thinking was, okay, so it started like, everybody loves my husband. I love my husband. I'm so lucky. I know this. And like, I don't want people to stop telling me how lucky I am and how amazing he is. Cause like, I mean, I know, and like, he deserves all the praise that he gets. And so I started thinking about like, one of my friends told me like, oh God, you know, he's just so amazing. And I'm like, yes, I know he like really is. And I am so lucky because I was single when I was diagnosed. And I mean, it was terrifying to like think about like, my God, like the dating world was just so awful. When I was healthy, how on earth am I going to find love now with this just disease, this terrible disease? So, I mean, I really am lucky. And so, but anyways, I was thinking one where I was like, God, like, I wonder if anyone says to him the same thing about me, you know, am I the catch? How lucky he is, you know, and then, yeah, and I'm not saying that this is reasonable thinking at all, but like in my mind, it's just, that's where it went. And I think, again, we all have variations of this kind of toxic thinking. And I just knew it right away. I was like, it started to make me feel bad. It started to make me feel insecure about this disease. It started, and I was like, okay, wait a second. Stop yourself from thinking these thoughts. This is the question you want to ask yourself. How is this line of thinking benefiting me? Is it a beneficial way to kind of approach this, you know, question or problem? And like, that's the thing. There was no real question. There was no real problem. It was just in my mind, you know, like this negative, like insecure, I've got Parkinson's, that maybe I'm not a catch, when I know that I am. And we all are. We've all got wonderful things that we bring to our relationships. And anyways, so I stopped myself. Is this line of thinking benefiting me? And no, it clearly wasn't when I asked that question, when I stopped, because it was like I was starting to feel terrible about myself. And yeah, so if you remember it, just to stop and ask that question. And it's worked for me. And then what did I do? I kept folding the laundry, and then you know, I started like thinking about other things that actually mattered and that were beneficial. So like, okay, I can get all my laundry done, you know, what am I going to do today? That kind of stuff. I mean, so anyways, that could have taken me down a very dark road. And if this can help anybody prevent somebody out there, one of you out there from going to that dark place, if it can help stop you from going there, I hope it does. It was from my cognitive behavioral therapist, who I totally love. there's all different kinds of different techniques that people have. This was one that was really effective for me. So yeah, I hope it's effective for you too. And as always, comment below, like let me know what your thoughts are. The good ones, like how do you stop yourself? If you have any techniques, if you catch yourself going there, like do you have a person that you call? Like what do you do to stop yourself from going to those really dark, unhelpful places that are not going to make you feel good when we have so much already to deal with as it is? So anywho, that's my new favorite word. Thank you as always for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you.